Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Wait till a few you guys go up. A lot of you been asking me. We're leaving comments on the Wilder Fury situation. Hearing that it's a good possibility that fight happens in December. Wanted to give my thoughts. So wait for a few you guys to show up. Not gonna be long on this one. Give my thoughts about this. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I see a few you are in here already. Let me know if you can hear me, man. We'll get right into it. Gaines PP was good, man. Give my thoughts about Fury Wilder. James Coleman was good, man. Always good to see you in the chat. Carl Burrell, what's up, man? Give my opinion about this Wilder Fury. Also want to just mention that Philippe Hrgovic is going to be fighting in September against Gary Cornish. Give my thoughts about that. Wait for a few people to show up. I'm actually sitting back, man, watching a non-heavyweight fight, right? I watched a lot of Tommy Hearns today, man. Man, that dude was exciting. He was probably one of my favorite top 5 non-heavyweights, man. Tommy Hearns was a bad dude, man. Right now, I'm watching Julian Jackson, Thomas Tate. Julian Jackson was another one of my favorites growing up. All right, let me, Lawrence William, what's up, man? Pop Player, what's up? Jamie Craig, what's good? Harry Smith, what's up? The Celtic Magician, what's up? What's up to everybody, man? All right, let me get into it real quick, all right? Now, let me stay consistent, all right? When I heard Tyson Fury was coming back this year, I said, man, I don't think he's ready for Joshua or Wilder this year. I think he needs a few fights under his belt. I was even saying this before Manuel Char or Kendo was made. I was like, maybe like a Manuel Char type of fight. You guys remember that video? I think it was last year. Manuel Char, they were at some type of convention or something, and Manuel Char ran up on them. They went face to face. I put that video up. That video was on Instagram, and I put it up. All right, so that's the type of fight I wanted to see him fight by year's end. Now, with that said, though, that don't mean that I'm about to sit here and advocate not for this fight to happen if Tyson Fury wants to work. Now, let's not get that twisted now. Um, Now, some guys come back after 3, 4 years, whatever it is. If you want to say a guy was just off, eating and drinking whatever he wants, or a guy was doing drugs, or a guy was laying up, doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. Tyson Fury was gone for 3 years, right? 3 calendar years, right? When Mike Tyson was locked up, he got out after 4 years and he fought Peter McNeely his first fight. Ali, after getting his license back after being out for what, damn near 4 years, he came back and fought Corey. Corey was a legit top 10 heavyweight at that time, a legit top 10 heavyweight. Vitaly Klitschko, when he was out for 4 years, he came back and fought Samuel Peter for the title after Peter beat what's my man's name? Oleg Maskayev. So it's different for everybody, right? That's why guys like Ali, shit, Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was playing tunes with his blues band and opening up businesses and drinking wine and eating steak and doing whatever he wanted after those two Spinks fights. He came back after 2 years off and fight, what's that guy's name? Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got their own way of doing things, man. But that's why guys like Ali and Vitaly Klitschko and, they stand out in my opinion. All right. But what I'll say is this, though. We can't have this both ways, man. Now, I just seen, and some of you may put stock into this. Some of you may say, oh, that doesn't mean anything. Man, I'm looking on the betting odds. Some told me just look at the betting odds and just see, who will be the favorite. They still favoring Tyson Fury. Now, he's a slight favorite. I think they had him at a minus 150. He's still the favorite against Wilder if this fight takes place in December. So we can't have this shit both ways where some fans are, oh, Wilder's picking on damage, the damaged goods Tyson Fury. Like he's some nobody. You know what I mean? Like you can't have it both ways, man. You can't uh favor him and then make it seem like Tyson that Wilder's picking on him. You know what I mean? Nah, we're not gonna do that, man. We're not gonna do that. Uh People act like Tyson Fury went on some fucking like 10-year drug binge or some shit. Dudes in the 80s always damn near had a cocaine binge, you know what I mean, months before fights. You know what I'm saying? This dude's been training. He's getting into shape. He's never looked like an action figure, all right? Tyson Fury's never looked like Carlos Takam. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we need to wait for him to get this to look like Hercules. You know what I mean? He's never looked like Ken Norton. He's always been a big dude, man. You know what I mean? So What I will say is this: he's fighting Francisco. I've been calling Francisco Pinata because that's what he will be on fight night. But Pinata, he's fighting Pinata, right? He needs to look spectacular. He needs not to sustain any type of significant injury, a cut, a broken hand, whatever, some type of freak injury. And then let's get to work at the end of the year. This dude don't need 15 fights, man. You know what I mean? People act like this dude. I'm seeing dudes say the end of 2019. I'm not saying, I've been reading these comments online. I'm like, damn, the end of 2019. Like, the dude need a year and a half to get back to his form. Like, that's a long fucking time. Nah, he needs to win this fight, and then he needs to be on some like Luis Ortiz did. When Ortiz lost to Wilder, he was back in the gym within a week after losing to Wilder. Right back in the gym. That's why he was able to sustain that 241 pounds. He was right back in the gym. His trainer confirmed this. So that's what Fury needs to do. Beat the hell out of Pianata, beat him down, and then get right back in the gym. Literally, probably take that Sunday off, Monday, and then get right back in the gym within that next week, like the middle of the week or something, and keep standing, keep his form up. It's not like this dude is some 42-year-old, man. Like, people are just taking this shit out of, they're taking it out of context. Now, yes, I did say I thought this year, this 2018, would be his, 3 fights, 2-3 fights, and then get back and then fight Wilder. I actually thought that Briggs was going to be a possibility. Briggs actually came out on Instagram talking about it, saying that Tyson Fury's ducking him and he's not a man of his word. Shannon got to realize, though, man, if somebody has an opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder, they're going to fight Wilder. You can call them scary, they're ducking you, or they didn't keep their word. Oh, okay, he has a right to feel that way, but people are going to pick Wilder, man. The build is there, plus it'd be a way bigger win on their resume. Now, if this was 96, 97, then, yeah, you pick, Shannon Briggs to be in there, but not 2018, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can't have this shit both ways, man. The betting public and fans, you can't favor the dude and then say Wilder's picking on him at the same time. You know what I mean? If this dude wants to work, and this is some of the confidence that we've been missing from some of these fighters. Tyson Fury's supposed to be this confident, man. He's supposed to think, look, took some years off, 2 fights. Well, I've been training up until that first fight he took with Sefer Safiri. Remember, he kept putting stuff on Instagram, but with Tyson Fury, he will put stuff on Instagram of him training for like a week straight, and then like a month to go by, and it looked like he gained more weight. But leading up to that fight, he was training. I didn't take it serious until I seen him in the ring. But he got in the ring. He beat Safiri, and that was a weird fight. That whole buildup was weird, man. Especially at the weigh-in when he picked him up like a newlywed and shit, and then he kissed him before the fight started. That was just weird. All right, but he's been training. You know what I mean? He's supposed to have this type of confidence. Regardless of what I think, you think, that person think, you, and you, he's supposed to have this type of confidence that, hey, 2 fights back, give me Wilder at the end of the year. I don't need all this 2-3 years. Man, give me him at the end of the year. I like that. And the betting public, they seem to have confidence in him as well. See what y'all talking about, man. 48 people watching. Let's get that thumbs up going, man. Only 16 thumbs up. Y'all hit that like button or hit the dislike button. It don't matter. Whatever. And Philippe Hrgovic, one of the better prospects. He's going to be fighting Gary Cornish in September. Cornish, he got blown out by AJ, then he lost to Sam Sexton. He has fought one time earlier this year. I believe it was the beginning of the year against David Howe. That fight's on YouTube. He just beat him down, landing jab right hands, at least some body shots, put down Howe. So he looked good against David Howe. And then Philippe Hrgovic, I believe his last fight was Filberto Tovar. I believe that was his last fight. But Hrgovic is somebody that kind of looks like, he comes out of that Klitschko type of style. I watched him through the World Series of Boxing, watched him in the amateur tournaments. I actually did a video on him in 2015 asking is he going to be one of the next heavyweight champions? You know what I mean? So I've been keeping an eye on him for about 3-4 years now, even when he was amateur. Kind of gives you that Vitaly Klitschko look. He fights upright. When he goes on the back foot, he will fight you back. Watch the Joe Joyce fight winner in the World Series of Boxing. Watch the Sergey Kuzmin fight. think he's going to beat Gary Cornish. If he comes out aggressive, I think he could beat Gary Cornish coming forward or going backwards. I just see him having the faster hands, the more power in the right hand. I think Cornish will try to have to at least try to bully Hrgovic. If he tries to fight him from a fair distance and they just play the whole who can hit who first game from a fair distance because they're both big dudes, both 6'6", 6'7", with long reach, Hrgovic, he completely dominates him. I think Cornish is going to have to do things that he really isn't accustomed to, and that's probably being aggressive, mauling, pushing him, try to dirty it up, man. But just trying to see who's the better technician, he's going to get picked apart. All right, so just want to bring that fight up as well. Let me see what y'all talking about. This is going to be a short one, man. James Coleman says Julian Jackson and the G-Man fight was hard. Yeah, they fought twice too, man. G-Man was just, man, that dude can bang, man. Jackson was a little bit out of his depth in that one, man. A little bit out of his depth on that one. Gaines PP says nobody told Mike Tyson he wasn't ready for world title fight when he fought Frank Bruno. Yeah, I don't remember nobody saying that. I don't remember nobody saying, "Oh, you need 4 more fights, 5 more fights." He came out and fought McNeely, and I believe he fought Buster Mathis Jr. And then did he fight Bruno right after? Was it Bruno right after that? I forget. One of y'all let me know. Illis92 says, "Yo, Mr. Box today was good. What's good, bro?" St. Cruising says 2 tune-up fights works. Yeah. How many goddamn tune-up fights you need? 15, 20? You know what I mean? I was thinking 2 or 3. 2 good, 3 good. 2 or 3. Some fans are thinking like 5, 6. They got this whole, oh, he's picking on Fury. No, you can't have it both ways. You can't be the betting favorite and people think you're being picked on, man. That doesn't even make sense. Michael Johnson said, did Klitschko get a tune-up fight? And how many fights at heavyweight is Usyk going to have before he possibly fights AJ? What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean did Klitschko have a tune-up fight? If you're talking about Vitaly when he came back after 4 years, no, he went right and fought Samuel Peter for the WBC title. If that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about Vladimir, well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, bro, so just clarify that. But I know Vitaly was out for 4 years. He came right back, fought Samuel Peter. You know what I mean? It wasn't no tune-ups. It wasn't no give me some dude, some obscure journeyman to, get my feet wet again. He jumped right back and got Samuel Peter after Peter beat Oleg Moskiev when he had that WBC strap. James Coleman says, if anything, Wilder might fight Brazil or Ortiz rematch before AJ or Tyson, I think. Well, I know this, man. It seems as if nobody really wants to fight Luis Ortiz except Deontay Wilder. Dillian White put up a good fight with Joseph Parker, right? He's calling out, he's even calling out like Manuel Char. Well, Manuel Char has to get past Frederick Kendo. I seen some footage on Instagram of Frederick Kendo training. He's trying to get in shape, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's calling out Char. I even heard them mention Chisora. Well, I know Chisora wants to fight him in a rematch, but didn't hear nothing about Luis Ortiz, though. Seems like the only person that really wants to fight Luis Ortiz is Wilder. That's a damn shame, because Luis Ortiz, he took care of, what's my man's name? Kojanu. He landed the same punch that I said he would, that the Donovan Dennis landed. A straight left hand. It was a straight left, the same punch Donovan Dennis landed. Blind him with a jab or whatever, a body shot, and then come right down the middle with the left hand. The same thing Donovan Dennis did to Kojanu. Parker couldn't even come close to hurting Kojanu. Now, some people may argue, oh, they're sparring partners. They sparred hundreds of rounds together. They know each other. Well, you ain't got to not know somebody to land a hard punch on their chin and get them out of there. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal Maniac says 3 years out and still made fave to win by the bookies. Not a huge fave, but slight. Yeah, but a favorite. Nonetheless, still favorite. So with that said, let's get the fight. Archie Ball says too early for Fury. I disagree. I said he needed 2 or 3. I thought he would probably get 2 or 3 this year and then be ready to fight whoever it is by first quarter of 2019. But if he wants to fast fast forward the situation, and you know what I'm saying? Shit, let's get it. Nah, there ain't no too early when you're favorite, man. Can't nah, we ain't about to do that. You can't be favorite and it's too early. Nah, we not doing that. Dan Mack says, I'm hearing that Wilder's next fight is against Dillian White. If it is, shit, I'll watch that one too. See, I'm not one of them dudes like, no, I don't want to see that fight. No, no, I want to see whoever is the top guys. White just beat Parker. Shit, throw him in there. You know what I'm saying? Although Parker came off a loss to AJ, but shit, throw him in there. Man, whether it's White, Brazil, Fury, I really don't give a damn at this point. I'm just tired of debating about the shit. Just get somebody in there. Somebody that's a top dude that we all know that's coming off a win. Let's get him in there. Ortiz, you can, I mean, it really don't matter at this point. But the Fury fight, I think there's unfinished business. He's the real lineal champion. That's one thing people forget, man. He beat Vladimir Klitschko, dude. Like, people want to sweep that shit on the rug. Oh, it was boring. You can say it's boring, but he boxed squares, circles, and triangles around Vladimir Klitschko. Had that dude hesitant to throw a right hand, hesitant to be aggressive, second guessing himself. That was a mental beatdown. It, wasn't much of a physical beatdown, but that was a mental beatdown. He was the one that beat him, man. People giving credit to AJ as if like AJ was the first one to stop his run. That's not fair, man. Well, life ain't fair, right? But that shit ain't fair, yo. Giving this dude the credit, even if it was Wilder that beat him in April 2017, I'll be saying the same shit, whether it's Jarrell Miller or whoever. I'll be saying the same thing. Got to give Tyson Fury that credit for breaking that stranglehold of the Klitschko's. You know what I'm saying? Whether he went doing drugs, whatever he was doing during his time off, he was the one that did that, not Anthony Joshua. I'll give Joshua credit for putting on a great performance, getting off the deck when it looked like, man, he was, when he got up, man, I didn't think he had enough left to win that fight. I'll give him credit for a heroic performance, and he did his thing, and it was an epic fight. But that dude came off a loss, and what was he out for, a year and a half, 2 years or some shit? Well, yeah, he fought Fury November 2015, then he fought AJ April 2017. Is that how, I believe, yeah, that's how it went. So he was out for a year and a half, you know what I'm saying? Yes, he was training because he was preparing for Fury. I know the Fury rematch fell through a couple times, you know what I mean? So he was out, man. He's came off a loss, and the dude was 40. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, Tyson Fury's a real lineal champ, yo. As far as the man that beat the man type shit. But you can't just sweep that under the rug and say, AJ beat him. Yeah, he beat him second, a year and a half later. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't about to do that, man. At least I'm not. AZ says, I think this fight is BS for public, but if it happens, I'm happy. Archie Ball says 13. Okay. Gaines PP says, we need this Wilder vs. Fury on Fox, not pay-per-view. Hey, man, free is great for me. I'm never going to complain with free. You know what I'm saying? But if it is pay-per-view, I will pay for that fight. Hopefully they can make it an all heavyweight type thing and get some great fights on the undercard. Roy says Hrgovic will make quick work of Gary Bumnish. Yeah, I do think he's going to whoop on Gary Cornish. Celtic says, I'm doubting on Fury, but you can never write him off. People made this mistake before. The man's a talent. Yeah, I made the mistake going into the Klitschko fight. Although I did say Klitschko looked at haggard against Jennings earlier that year in 2015 when he fought Brian Jennings. I believe they fought in the end of April of 2015. Jennings was like walking Vladimir down with the high guard and won some rounds. And I was like, man, because I picked Klitschko to knock Jennings out. And then I was like, man, whether Klitschko fights Tyson Fury or that Wilder dude, this one Wilder first won the strap a few months before Klitschko fought Jennings. Wilder won the strap from Stavern, and I was like, man, this, Klitschko's starting to look a little bit haggard, man. Now he did have a good 2014 spectacular performance against Pulev, but yeah, long story short, yes, I was favoring Klitschko over Tyson Fury by decision. Going into that fight, and Fury, was an upset. Did what he had to do. Arsenal Maniac says, or hold on. Let me see here. Satan Cruiser says the smack talk will be gold. Casuals will buy the pay-per-view. Yeah, the smack talk gonna be off the chain. Tyson Fury's gonna be calling them all types of bums, and it'll be more of the same of when he stepped in the ring after that night that Wilder put Spilka into a mild coma. Y'all remember that, right? It'd be more of that. It'd be more of that. Ronnie Emerson says Fury said months ago that he was fighting for a belt by the end of this year. I believe this was already in the making before Fury fought that kissing buddy. Yeah, man. He did say that, and that was weird. Him kissing Fury. That shit was awkward, man. CB Sports TV says I got Wilder knocking Fury out in 8 rounds. I got Wilder by knockout. I'm not sure how long the fight lasts, but I just, yo, man. One thing about Wilder and Klitschko, people say, well, Klitschko couldn't land a right hand on him. Yeah, he was reluctant to throw it. One thing about Wilder, hit or miss, he ain't going to be reluctant to throw that right hand. That motherfucker will be coming. He's going to throw a series of them. And it's a difference between somebody that's kind of going off the back foot trying to throw a, right hand reluctantly. Then there's a difference between somebody that's stepping into right hands the way Wilder wants. That dude wants to take your head off. The difference. You seen when Steve Cunningham stepped into a right hand and what he did to Fury. Now Fury, now to his credit, he got up off his ass and got Cunningham out of there. Entertaining fight. I see that type of right hand landing and ending the fight. Whether he gets up and gets stopped or it's just a one-hitter quitter, I just see that right hand landing, and it's gonna be all she wrote. And it could be a situation where Tyson Fury's outboxing him for 6 or 7 rounds. Our Arsenal Maniac says, is this fight for real or just for more publicity, fooling the fans again? We'll see. Feed Khabib says Wilder would not win a round against Fury unless he drops or rocks him. I think that's kind of taking it overboard. He won't win a round. Damn, you don't think if they went 12, so you think Fury would shut him out 12-0? I don't know about that, man. People not really giving Wilder credit for things that he can do. Now, if Wilder comes out there head hunting, looking sloppy, throwing predictable right hand, that type of shit. But Wilder shows some back foot intelligence and able to use his jab and fight from range. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll get shut out, man. That's I think you're going overboard with that one, but that's just me. Like I say, man, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to change nobody's mind, man. If you think so-and-so's a bum or this guy that, it is what it is, man. Let's see. Paul Player says, I think Wilder catches Fury late. The fight Fury can't run all night. It might get to a situation where Fury might end up might get tired, man. Now, winning like the first 4 or 5 rounds, something like that. I know I said 6 or 7, but 12, and that's a big fucking difference. I thought Gerald Washington won the first 4. I thought Spilka was up 4-3-1 going into the 9th. You know what I mean? But just sweeping them 12-0, I don't know about that. Let me see. One thing I'm not gonna get into in these comments is, I haven't seen them yet, but I'm not gonna get into like corny ass art, debates. I know somebody's gonna show up and say something corny, nobody wants to see this fight, and yeah, they're both garbage, and I'm not getting into all that shit, man. That shit's corny. These dudes ain't garbage, man. I just been seeing those types of comments all over YouTube on different channels, man. That shit is corny. Damn, I forgot who it was. Somebody was asking me about Usyk and how many fights I think he needs. Probably 1, and then he can jump. I know the WBO made him mandatory because he became undisputed, and per their ruling, they made him the mandatory for Joshua. I think it'd be an interesting fight. I think he has the good movement. I'm just not sure what happens once he gets rocked and once heavy leather starts landing on him. But I can see him winning some rounds now. This dude ain't gonna go in there and get shut out. You know what I mean? This dude gonna win some rounds, man. The dude has good movement. People keep saying his power, his power, his power. Yeah, but we're just excusing his movement, his movement, his movement. The dude has really good movement. I know people say he pity pat punches, just pepper shots. You know what I mean? Enough to make you put your damn guards up. It's not like you're gonna just drop your hands, put your face out there and say hit me because you punch pity pat. You know what I'm saying? It's enough to keep your guards up to keep you okay. Keep my guards up on this dude, especially when they're coming when you're trying to get off and you're as I put it, your offense is on the shelf because you're trying to find an opening. Sometimes that shit is hard to get around. Whether you view it as, oh, he's pity patting. Yeah, pepper shots. You know what I mean? Dudes, he pepper you with 4. They may not hurt. Then you go to throw, he's not there. You get right back in front of him. He may throw 1 or 2 pity pat shots. Then he's out of there again. You try to throw, he's not there. That type of shit, man. You know what I mean? When that type of shit starts to happen, and next thing you know, it's round 12. He ain't caught him yet. That could happen, man. When guys are good movers, good combination punchers, and if he can take a shot or he's not there to, or he's able to ride with shots and not take the brunt force of another guy's punches, it'd be an interesting fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, even though Tyson Fury's a big man, that's the type of fight he fought against Vladimir. A whole bunch of feints, then he would land some shots, move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to count the dude out. I think there's a lot of guys that he can beat at heavyweight. Some guys I would favor against over him, but there's some guys, him and Joseph Parker, that's a good fight. Him and Dillian White, that's a good fight. Him and Chisora, he may win those fights, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, man, don't count Usyk out. Do I think he'll beat Wilder? No. Do I think he'll win some rounds and make it interesting? Hell yeah. If Spilk was able to, trust me, Usyk can. He's going to be doing the same types of movements that Spilka was given, those same types of looks. Then he might get knocked out. I want to see it. Evander Holyfield, when he went up to cruiser, y'all, he didn't just jump right into the title shot. Shit, he had to fight James Quick Tillis and Pinkline Thomas and guys like that. Michael Dokes. You know what I'm saying? Although him and his people wanted Mike Tyson right away, Don King wasn't trying to have that. You know what I'm saying? So Holyfield had to go through some of the guys that Tyson had already beaten to prove, shit, this dude can hang. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, though. We will see. Somebody says, Alex Alberto G says, are you doing a Usyk versus Bellew video? Are they scheduled to fight? I wouldn't mind seeing that one either. That'd be a good welcome fight to the heavyweight division. Bellew's coming off his 2 biggest wins of his career. Usyk just became undisputed cruiserweight champion. Bellew was actually WBC champion when he moved up of cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be a good one. I know Bellew will throw more punches and he'll be more willing to sell out than Gassiev was. What happened to Gassiev? His offense was on the shelf. He was trying to wait for that perfect moment. That perfect moment to throw. And it never came. You got to just let hands go with a guy like Usyk, man. You got to let your hand. You got to throw when he's throwing. If you think he's pity pat, then throw when he's throwing. But if you do the whole, I'm going to put the high guard up, wait till you get off, and then I'm going to come out and throw, he's going to be gone by then. He's going to be gone by then. And next thing you know, you're going to lose by points. You got to throw when he's throwing, or you got to cut the ring off, or you got to get him in a situation where he's the aggressor. But just following him around, I'm going to knock you out. Wait till I land this big one. He going to fuck around and probably lose by decision. Easier than it looks, man. This dude didn't get this far, by just nobody's able to get through the pity pats. Like, the dude was a spectacular amateur. He dominated in the World Series of Boxing against guys like Joe Joyce, Philippe Hrgovic, all those guys. He was dominating Junior Fa. Did he fight Hrgovic? I know he fought Fa and Joyce. But he was dominating them dudes. And all them dudes are 6'6", 240, 245. I actually did an interview, and I said this before. where I asked Junior Fa, and Junior Fa fought Joseph Parker 4 times in amateur. They split. They're 2-2 against each other in the amateurs. And I asked Junior Fa in the interview one time, who's the best fighter you've been in the ring with? I'm thinking I was setting him up to talk about Parker. The whole conversation went a different direction because he said Usyk. He said it so fast and so with so much confidence. I was like, damn. I was setting that question up to talk about Parker, fellow Kiwi, you know what I mean? And he said Usyk. So shouldn't be, for me, I don't think it's easy as some people think. He's pity pat, he ain't got no power. Like, I think it's more to that, man. There's more than this book to that, in my opinion. But we'll see, though. We will see. Feed Kebab says Spilka is garbage, is my point. I think he's talking to somebody. Gaines PP says one loss don't mean shit in the heavyweight division. I don't think one loss means shit in boxing. People, it's like, and I'm not saying you, but just fans, I see this a lot online, man. It's like if you lose, like people act like your career is over. He's a gatekeeper, I'm like, damn, a gatekeeper after one loss? Holy shit, it's a tough crowd out there, man. But like I was telling you guys, I'm going to watch, I've been watching some non-heavyweight stuff. Some of my favorite non-heavyweights when I was growing up, like Julian Jackson, Thomas Hearns, watching a lot of their career over the last week. And these dudes had multiple losses, man. They were still great fighters, still great threats going into fights with a loss or 2 or 3 on their record. Floyd Mayweather, and props to him, he made a profit off of it. He marketed himself off of this. But this whole, undefeated, it doesn't mean, it isn't everything. Now, is it a great feat to finish your career undefeated, going through some tough competition? You damn right it is. You damn right it is. I don't consider Floyd Mayweather the greatest fighter of all time. Some fans do, but I don't. And some of the fighters I consider great have double-digit losses. 3 or 4 losses, 5 losses. It's not about the losses, man. It's about how you come back from them. What type of effort you put up in those losses. If you did get blown out, how did you come back? Did you have a rematch? How did you perform in the rematch? What are some of the great things you did? What are some of the challenges you made? Were you trying to challenge yourself every fight or every other fight or every other fight? There's different things going into making great fighters, man. It's not about just keeping your O. Just my opinion, though. Khabib says, take Wilder's power off him. He's not a top 100 heavyweight. Khabib, come on, bro. Take Larry Holmes' jab away from him. What are you talking about? Take Ray Leonard's speed away from him. He's average. That's what makes him him. Let me guess. Take Evander Holyfield's chin away, and he wasn't good either, right? Come on, bro. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Take Dillian White's heart away from him. He ain't the same fighter either. Come on, man. That's an easy one, bro. That's a softball right there, man. Take Wilder's power away. Like, what? Take Ali's footwork away. Come on, man. Gaines PP says Michael Hunter versus Andy Ruiz Jr. That'll be a war because Michael Hunter gonna come to bring it. His father was a really good fighter too back in them 80s and early 90s. Okay, I can see some of y'all just going back and forth trolling me. I'm not gonna read some of these. Fury, Khabib says Fury will make Wilder look like a bum. Spilka was outboxing Wilder. Yeah, then he went to sleep. See, that's one thing you can't take out the equation. He was outboxed, and you see me admit, I thought Spilka was winning 4. I thought he won 4 rounds. I thought Wilder won 3, and I thought 1 was even. Then he went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You can't just take that. You can't take that part out. Then he literally, bruh, went to sleep. Pillow and blanket, teddy bear sleep. Turn the nightlight on, sleep. That's what makes him who he is, man. Then he went to sleep. Don't forget that part. AZ says boring has nothing to do with it. This is boxing, not WWE. Klitschko got outboxed. You damn right he did. If it was so boring and he wasn't doing much, I guess people didn't tell Klitschko that because he was hesitant as hell in there. Klitschko was making it seem as if like Fury had like Sonny Liston power or some shit. He was like so hesitant and not sure of himself. And I was sitting there watching that fight like this where Emmanuel Stewart would have been in his face, slapping him on his chest, the way he used to do Lennox and Hearns and all them, and tell, hey man, you gotta fight this motherfucker. That's why I'm such a, and I'm getting all amped up about it, but that's why I'm such a Emmanuel Stewart guy. As you guys hear me talk, I was saying I was watching Hearns, even his losses, even his wins. Emmanuel will tell you sometimes all that technical shit people talk, use your front foot, pivot off of it, duck, come back up with a left hook, throw a right hand to the body, um, and then duck out and roll to your left. Man, fuck all that. You need to go out there and fight this motherfucker. That's what Emmanuel Stewart will tell you. He will do the technical shit with his fighters. There'll be times he'll throw that towel over his shoulder, get in your face. Hey, you gotta go out there and fight this motherfucker, man. Fight him. That's what he was missing. Banks is very knowledgeable cat, man. But he don't have that same energy to give Vladimir Klitschko. Emmanuel would have told him to go out there and fight this motherfucker. You're being too hesitant. Fuck all this technical mumbo jumbo. Fight him. That was Manny Stewart. And that's what Klitschko was lacking against Fury. And that's why Klitschko wanted that rematch bad, because that's what he would have probably went out there and did that second time. I'm thinking, but he was just so reluctant, man. It was just like, what is he afraid of? I mean, yeah, Fury's moving, but he's not fucking Ali in his prime no here, man. He's still 6'9", 200, 50, 60 pounds now, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he has some good movement, but there's a lot of times he was there and Klitschko just wouldn't throw. Like he was gun shy. Somebody says Tyson is not lineal champion. Lewis is real lineal. St. Cruisin says you can't strip. Okay, y'all going back and forth. P Money, what's good? Arsenal Maniac says, Mr. Boxing, did you watch the IFL video when Coogan interviewed heavyweight boxer Walt Harris? I seen that Walt Harris thing, him talking about look, sparring partners, whether they're from Alabama or they're from Brixton or whatever, they're going to say different things. You know what I mean? Some guy may say, hey, man, I spar Wilder and Joshua. Wilder hits way harder. Joshua hits way harder. Guess how we'll really know? Once they fight. Once they fight, we'll see who hits the hardest. We will see. And even without that, I don't give a damn what a sparring partner say. I've seen motherfuckers go to sleep convulsing on the floor, and you know what I mean, the shit he did to Hrgovic, man. Like, and you could say, oh, Hrgovic was garbage. Okay, the dude looked like he was about to die. There was one dude Wilder fought on ESPN, man. I forgot the cat's name, man. He hit this motherfucker with the right hand, dude. This dude literally did the splits, man, and was knocked out unconscious in the splits position. Now, if you a man over 200 pounds, big guys like us, because I'm 6'5", 245 myself, man. I can't do no more. I'm pretty athletic still. Played college ball back in the day for 4 years. I still stay in shape. You guys see me in the bag. I think I'm in pretty good shape for my age. You know what I mean? I can't do no more fucking splits, yo. He had this motherfucker in the splits, man, knocked unconscious. You go watch them highlight packages, even guys that some people consider journeymen and bums, right? Go watch AJ and go watch Wilder's, their highlight packages. Now, I know Wilder has a lot more fights than AJ, but look how he's leaving motherfuckers, though, man. Unconscious, knocked out. Now, AJ got some of that type of power, too. He left Dillian White in a different world. He left that motherfucker in a different world, all over the ropes, you know what I'm saying? But AJ has a lot of stoppages when guys are still standing up and don't look like they're out of it. Wilder's putting motherfuckers to sleep, man. You cannot like him. He's chicken legs. He's windmill. Okay, but he's putting motherfuckers to sleep in scary ways too, yo. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it is what it is. AZ says, also think Wilder knocked Fury out. Fury's out of shape. Can't stand the pace. Yeah, the odds makers don't believe that, though, bro. They favoring Fury. Damn, it's already 5 o'clock. Fuck, man. Try to read a few more, y'all. I got to get out of here, man. Damn. I'm gonna miss a lot of these, y'all. Let me Trap House Boxing. What's good, bro? He says, what's up, Mr. Boxing? Damn, you beat me to the Philippe Hrgovic announcement. Couldn't have been another guy to cover this. Oh, you already know. If anybody gonna cover that type of shit, is me. But I'm looking forward to listening to your interview too, or your thoughts about it too, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm so Kiwi Box was good. I'm so happy that more people are in tune with heavyweights, man. I've said this before, man. There were times I'll do post fight to Povetkin versus Wak, literally have 66 views. You know what I mean? Uh, so I'm glad that the heavyweight scene has picked up steam. I've been on here talking about it for 9, 10 years now here on YouTube. And there were times, yo, where I wouldn't even get 100 views on a video. And I had a crowd, but people only wanted to hear me talk about welterweights and Mayweather and Pacquiao and, you know, Victor Ortiz at that time and Devin Alexander and guys like that around that time. So I'm glad, you know, it's crazy to me, man, that people are actually talking about Philippe Hrgovic. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker. I remember when Joseph Parker, people were like, who the hell is Joseph Parker? You know what I mean? So I'm glad that there's people in here covering the heavyweights, man. So I can listen to other opinions, because for a minute, it was just literally just me, like literally just me. Maybe a few others, but I was like one of three. Mr. Boxing All Day was good. He says, I think Miller versus Usyk would be an interesting pillow fight. I hear you, man. You think they don't have power. I think that'd be a good fight, though, because Usyk will he'll be ultra back foot fighter in that one. And we know Miller, he sees guys that just go backwards, he sees them as prey. Mentally, he sees them as prey. Don't mean he's going to win every fight in that type of situation, but he just thinks those guys are prey. Let me see here. I know I'm skipping a few, y'all. I appreciate y'all showing up too, man. But I supposed to have been off at 5. Let me try to read a few more here. Dio Blanuli was good. He says Tom Ludo went a few rounds with Hrgovic. Dubois blew him out. Yeah, I mean, Hrgovic got the job done, though. Kiwi Box says, see the T-Rex. Mark Demore is fighting again. Yeah, I did see Mark Demore is back. I seen that on BoxRec when I was looking at the schedule for heavyweights. I did see that. People don't know this, but Mark Demore, some of you may know this little fun fact. Mark Demore was going to, and I bullshit you not, you guys can look it up. He was with Don King, right? He was going to be Stavern's first title defense. That's why he got with Don King. But then Stavern ran into a problem. A guy named, what's that dude's name? Deontay Wilder. He ran into him. So he ended up losing the title. But that's why Demore was with King, because he was going to be Stavern's first title defense. Bet you guys didn't know that. That's why he separated with, because after that he was like, well shit, Don King can't help me get no title shot now. He had the title holder, Stavern. Now shit, Wilder ain't gonna want to fight me. Benny 1978 Ben says Fury ain't shit. Copen 09 says, yeah, but Hrgovic would beat Dubois right now. I would favor Hrgovic. Excuse me. I would favor Hrgovic against Dubois. More agile, tons more experience. I think he has the power to hurt Dubois. He can fight him going backwards, coming forward, making it a slugfest. Anything can happen when you got two big dudes in there, man. If that type of shit starts, just let's stand in front of each other and trade. Shit, I'm gonna just sit back and watch my arms cross. You know what I mean? But if he goes in there and fights a strategic fight, I think he can definitely beat Dubois right now. Let me see here. Carton Palmer says the problem is when Wilder faces someone the same size who can box and punch, he's a distinct disadvantage because his chin will be tested first. Okay, his chin's been tested. Let me read. Hold on. The problem is when Wilder faces someone the same size who can box and punch. Okay, regardless of what you said, what's going to happen when he tests their chin with that right hand? Now, people may say, oh, all he got is a right hand. Well, that's all he needs. That's all you need in the heavyweight division is a good right hand or left hand, whichever hand, is your power hand. That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, Mrs. Boxes today just stepped in here. My wife is here, man, so I got to run. You guys be easy. I was going to get off at 5, but I got to run. I got things to do today. I appreciate y'all. Showing up. I will be back. Just want to give my quick thoughts about this Fury Wilder situation. Probably be on tomorrow, man. Definitely appreciate you guys, man. Y'all be easy, man. I'm gone.